name is Carla. My name is Adriana. My name is Byron.
I'm Kayla.
My name is Kenny.
All right, let's get started. So the first thing we have to do is what, girls?
We need
Right here. What do we need to put in the pan? Oil, right?
oil, yes.
So we're gonna put some oil in the pan. No sé cuánto. All right, and then what do we put in the pan? That has to heat up first. We have to put what? The onion, right? All right. Okay, so Kenny, you're gonna go ahead and show them how much you put in there. So show them, this is about the amount that you want for what we're making, okay? All right.
And
So now we're gonna wait and let this fry a little bit. We want it in medium, about medium heat, okay? So they're gonna let that start frying while and then once that will go in there, guys, show them the ingredients. What ingredients do they need?
the ingredients we need is cheese, flowers, and red beans.
And red beans, all right? So the red beans come in a bag. This is the brand that we like to use. And then we got a big bag of mozzarella cheese. Let's see, this is about 5 pounds of cheese. All right, and then this is the mozza that we're gonna use as well. All right, so we're letting this heat up, and the onion is gonna give flavor to the beans. So we'll actually take the onion out after it's warmed up, and then we're gonna put the beans in there to start heating up and cooking those. Once the beans are cooked, you'll see what happens next. All right. Okay, creo.
So first we have to wait till we have to fry the onions till it's burnt, and then we add the beans.
Okay. Now what you're gonna do is if you can see, we're gonna bring the camera closer. The onions are pretty much cooked now. They're pretty burnt, so you can see them browning. Now what you have to do is you're gonna get rid of the onions. So the onions do not stay in there, okay? So you're gonna wanna be careful because with the oil burning, it's gonna kind of jump up at you, okay? Kenny, if you wanna help me get rid of some of these, okay? So we're gonna get all of the onion out, leaving the oil in there and we'll put it on just that. It might be easier with a spatula or a spoon so you can see what works best. The oil is still all staying in there because now the oil has all of the flavor of the onion, okay? Alrighty. Now Kenny, I'm gonna have Kenny go ahead and cut open this bag of beans, of frijoles. So you're gonna keep the temperature on medium while you're doing this, so that the oil stays high, and then once the beans are put in there, it's gonna start cooking. So you guys will see. So we'll bring the camera closer so that they can see the beans go in there. And he's gonna wanna be careful as they drop in there because they're gonna start cooking. And you can turn the temperature down a little bit while you start to make sure that the beans cook, okay? And he's gonna go ahead and push out the rest of the beans in the bag. Want me to do it? So you may want to turn the heat down just a little bit before you put the beans in, okay? So as you can see, he's squeezing all the beans out. All right, now you're gonna go ahead and let the beans cook a little bit.
The cheese is gonna go with the big bowl, and the red beans are going with the cheese. So let's go. Yeah. That's a lot of cheese. Wait, it's a little more. small bowl.
Maseca, which is
Maseca.
basically the main ingredient for to hold the cheese and beans together. To show you the measurements, you're supposed to add 3 cups of maseca, and the next step is to add water.
So while we're making the maseca ready, we also were cooking the beans.
So now that we had the time for the beans to cook, we stirred them up, and now they're gonna go in with the cheese, okay? Now you wanna be mindful because the beans are still what?
Cooking.
They're still hot, right? So you're gonna go ahead and pour them in to this with the cheese. Make sure you get everything out of here. And you can see they come out real easy because they're hot. Now, you're gonna go ahead and use this to mix up the cheese and the beans. So Adriana, you wanna show us how to do it? So it looks like a lot of cheese compared to beans at first, but that's exactly how you want it. So she's gonna grab around from the edges and get all of it together. So you're gonna wanna use all your muscle, okay? As you can see, it's a little bit of a process. So we're slowly but surely pulling from the sides and from the bottom to mix all the cheese in with the beans.
So we're gonna try these pupusas out.
And before we do that, we're gonna explain, usually you eat pupusas with what?
Coleslaw.
It's like a vinegar-based coleslaw. So you'll get a coleslaw mix, you'll use oregano, vinegar, and then also some salt to break up the coleslaw. And that goes really good. And then also like a tomato salsa they'll use with that. So Kenny, let us know. He's flipping some of our pupusas. How was one? These are, oops, sorry Adriana. These are the ones we've already made. So as you can see, they're nice and big. They're very flat. We want to put them on nice and flat. So how was it, Kenny?
Good.
Alrighty. So now you guys officially know how to make some Salvadorian pupusas.